will survive, I will survive. And I'm a firm believer. We'll forever shine just to stay alive. That simple means it. Nobody can hold me back. Nobody can change my energy. Nobody can hold me stick. I will not allow negativity. Nobody can hold me back. Nobody can change my energy. Nobody can. Nobody can. Everybody show me some strength. No weakness. Show me a lion. Strength. No weakness. No that boy. Strength. No weakness. Show me a lion. Everybody strength. No weakness. Show that boy. Not when you're old. Your enemies, they must tremble. Your enemies, they must tremble. Yo, and when you're old, everything has to humble. Everything has to humble. I'm a go-getter. I just go hard. I just go hard. And I'm a kind of fella. Put my trust in God. Put my trust in God. That simple means it. Nobody can hold me back. Nobody can change my energy.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You gotta be strong in this time, son. I'm a survivor.
Hey, Ridealong Massive, Ridealong crew, viewers, how you guys doing? Welcome to the ride. Welcome to Thursday on the ride. And today I am not very happy. Today I'm not smiling. Today I'm not a happy camper. I'm not. You guys gotta have to cheer me up because I'm not very happy today. I'm sorry. I'm not happy today. And it's not because that it snowed a lot in New York. It's not because that, you know, I almost got stuck in my driveway. No. It's not because I had to dig myself out or off of about 2 feet of snow. No, it's not that. It's not that. I could deal with that. I could deal with that. But I can't deal with the BS that happened today, guys. I'm very upset. I'm upset. I'm upset. No, I'm seriously. I'm upset. I'm not smiling. No, I know you guys want me to smile, but I'm not smiling today. I promise you I'm not smiling. I'm not going to smile today, guys. This is not a day that I'm going to be smiling. I am not happy. I'm not happy. No, I'm not. I'm happy to see you guys. I'm happy to see Lydia James. How you doing? Welcome. I'm happy to see Dalma Griffin. Thank you so much. Patsy Emmons. I'm happy to see you, of course. I have nothing to do with you guys. You know I love you guys, right? But today I'm not a very happy camper at all. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you guys the source of my irritation today, right? We're very, very irritated today, guys. Deborah James Roberts, how you doing? Nikisha Allen, how you doing? Welcome to the ride. Everybody share the program. I'll do that as well with my angry self. I'll put it over on my page and urge you guys to do the same thing as well. Genevieve Gita, how you doing? Patsy Emmons, how you doing? Welcome. You guys better tell me a joke because I swear I won't be smiling at all. Fitzroy Adams, how you doing? Yeah, I'm not a happy camper, guys. Really not a happy camper. Let me share the program over on my page, and then I'll tell you guys why it's not one of my best days today. Just a lot of BS happening today, guys. I'll tell you the truth. I was really second thinking about doing the program today. I wanted to take the day off today. In fact, I said I was just gonna chill today, and because I don't like to do a program when I'm not, in my element, in my mood. You know what I mean? When I'm not in my mood, and today is not one of those days. Anyway, yesterday, guys, we posted a story. Dealing with COVID-19. And you guys know about the spike of COVID-19 cases in Grenada. There was over what they reported over probably close to 40 or so, 44 cases or 30 something cases, with a total of about 40 cases. 44 that was reported, I guess, of active cases in Grenada. So yesterday we got calls. About 10 different viewers called us and said to us that, look what happened. They are employees of Sandals, and that's what they told us. All right, that's what they told us. They claim to be employees of Sandals, and for some reason, they were initially given a positive result. They said that the result came back, and the employee and their superiors at Sandals told them, and that's what they told us, that the result was positive. So these people, for the period of time when they was told it was positive, could you imagine the anxiety that one person will go through, right? Could you imagine the agony that a person will go through after they figure that out? So knowing that, Ridealong is a family brand, we got calls from 10 viewers and supporters. So we decided to put the story out. Moments later, we got a call from various government officials on the validity of the story. We heard the government officials claim, and we updated our story to facilitate and add the side of, just to add another side of it. We did that because we want everybody to have an opportunity to ventilate on their side of the story. That's what we do right here. Everybody have a story to tell. Anyway, we put that out. I got up this morning, right? I think I had about 15 different screenshots of another media organization. After we verified and validated the story that was sent to us about these people who are going through this thing and was initially told that it was COVID-19 positive, only to be told moments later that it was COVID-19 negative. Some media organization, a particular media organization, no friend of ours, no friend of mine, I tell you guys right now, plain and simple, posted to invalidate our story and say that the whole entire story is fake, meaning that everything that we said, everything that was posted was fake. Everything that these 10 individuals told us was fake and false, tried to invalidate our story. Of course, this made not only me very upset, it made the people who was actually going through this, the lives who actually went through this, make them very, very upset. So what you're trying to say? You're trying to say that these people are liars? You're trying to say that these people who were told that it was COVID-19 positive, they could have went out and probably commit suicide, because they're now told that they're almost like some people think that when they hear that they're COVID-19 positive, it's almost like a freaking death sentence, right? So you calling these people a liar, right? And the boldface, God help me hold my tongue today. The post is still up. A number of people who are no friend of probably people who was banned on the platform before all chimed in. Someone said they should jail me. Someone said that they should lock me up or sue or whatever stupidity that goes on over there. All sorts of erroneous, dumb statement was made because this person didn't take the time to verify that those comments and the statements that was made by this individual are in fact true and factual and free of any interference. So it's time that I think that media organizations, in particular this one, need to start to think about people and not profit, not dollars. Because we don't care for the money or the advertising revenues from this organization, as big as they are. We are about people and their stories. So this particular media organization went on a limb to invalidate all these people. So I had to do this today and verify and stand very close and stand by the statement that we made. The media organization wanted to invalidate this. Take a listen to this.
Calling from the Ministry of Health concerning your COVID-19 results. Okay, all right. Okay, so can you just confirm your date of birth for me, please? And your address is Okay. No, I'm calling you to let you know, right? I know earlier on, I'm sure somebody would have contacted you that your result was in a pool of positive, but your test result came back negative, right? So you were in a group with someone that tested positive.
Oh,
but negative, right? I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay.
Additionally, I want to let you know, right? We're going to be retesting you on the 23rd. So until then, remain in quarantine.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have any questions or concerns?
Nope.
All right, then.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Let me explain what that was. That was allegedly a staff member at the hotel calling a particular person to tell them that their test result that was initially told to them as being positive is now negative. It's false. It wasn't. It's not. It's wrong. It was wrong. It was incorrect. Now I can understand, and I know that nothing is perfect. Those test results are not perfect, and we expect false positive. We expect false negative. But when the ministry and media organization want to basically falsify or change the narrative or change the story, don't invalidate the story of these genuine people who actually went through the pain. So listen what we did today. I decided to bring a guest on the program today. He is a chef at Sandals. He's right there. He's a real person. He's not a robot. He's an individual. He is an actual employee at Sandals. Sandals chef, we're gonna call him. Unmute your mic, sir.
Hey man,
how are you doing today?
I'm better now.
You're better now.
Much
Right.
better.
I'm happy. I'm happy that you're
Yeah.
smiling, because I'm not smiling. You smiling, and I'm happy that you have that big smile on your face. But if to understand what you went through, I wouldn't be smiling right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us a little bit about where you work, or where you work, where you work. Just tell us about yourself.
Well, of course, I'm a chef at Sandals. I've been employed for a little over 2 years now. What else can I say?
So you were employed at Sandals up to what time? What point?
Well, I'm still currently employed, just
Okay,
on
you're just on a quarantine. All
right now.
So how did you hear about the outbreak? Who came to you and told you? How did you find out about it?
Okay, it was last week, Saturday. When I came to work, I would have been notified by my work colleagues that we would have to do a COVID test today. And I asked, why? Is everything okay? And they say, well, apparently look as if we have an outbreak.
Right.
So I was like, okay, if we have an outbreak, then everybody has to get tested. Well, of course, I was a bit worried. But I said, well, okay, what has to be done has to be done. So within the next hour or so, I was able to get my test done, the swabbing of the nose and the throat.
Right.
Also.
Okay.
Right.
Who took your test? Who did your test? Was it someone from the staff at Sandals? Was it someone from the Ministry of Health?
It would seem someone from the ministry, because it would have been a nurse.
It would have been a nurse. Okay.
Right.
So a nurse came in from the Ministry of Health, and they took your test. It was administered to you. Were they a group, like a cluster of people that got tested at the same time? Do you remember?
No, they would have been doing it in batches in order to stay compliant, because you cannot have a group of people gathering at one place. So they have called each person in one by one.
Right. And everybody they took your test. What was the procedure? I mean, they stuck the stuff down your nose. I still get goosebumps when I even see it.
Yeah, that was a bit jarring, but the nurse, she was really, really nice. She talked me through it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it would have been. But yeah.
Okay, all right, all right. So you got that test there. Before we go on to the next step, I want to go back a little bit. All right, I want to understand the environment, the working environment. What is it like? Do you as employees meet or greet the staff, and do everybody wear masks? What is the work environment like there?
It's different from how it was. Trust me. Before you are able to meet persons, hug them, stand close to them, sit close to them, everything now is you're basically have to be on your P's and Q's. Uh, when it comes to sanitation and so on, it has to be done regularly, especially in the food area. Masks
Right,
have to be worn, hands have to be washed almost every few minutes, sanitized, and everything that you do. If your hand gets dirty with anything, well, of course, you have to always keep your hands clean. But it
right,
has been pushed to a level where your hands basically becomes dried out
right.
because of
So,
the all the washing and cleaning, washing, clean. Yeah,
so based on the measures that Sandals took, right? Did you have any reason to believe that they were not taking the necessary precautions to ensure the safety of the staff and
no,
the staff and the guests?
no, because they've taken some very drastic measures from marking the grounds where you can actually stand to putting up signs and so on what to do. They put up door stuff on the doors that you don't have to use your hands on the doorknob. You use your feet instead. Everything is keep away, like distance.
Right, right, right. Do you meet guests? Do you meet them
No,
or talk to them? So you have no interaction with guests.
no,
Right, right. Have you seen staff members in close proximity hugging or in that type of close relation with guests while you were there at any point?
not to my knowledge, because the protocol is that you stand within the 6 feet distance and you point with your hands, not with your fingers, of course. And you would have indicate or talk to everyone. Whenever you're walking with them, you walk at the safe distance. And I believe some of the guests do understand that. So I don't no, I haven't seen any staff being up close and personal with the guests. No.
Right. What about the onboarding? Because I mean, you guys would have had to been taught or go through a process of the new procedures. Did you guys
Right.
have an onboarding procedure that told you how the protocol would go and the stringent manner in how they expect this measures to be taken? What was the onboarding like?
Right. The onboarding, we had several staff meetings where they would have explained what is the new process that we have to go through, even though it was a bit odd at first and it would have been a bit out of the ordinary for us. At the end of the day, I believe we all adhere to it and we understand it. It was for our own safety. But
Right.
when it comes to training and so on, yes, they would have done their part on that.
Okay. All right. What would be the ramifications if one were not to adhere to some of the guidelines or protocol that Sandals would have put in place?
Well, it would mean the exposure of the rest of the staff and body to the COVID virus. It would have mean infecting not only yourself but your staff, their families, and so on. So I
Right.
believe everyone took the precaution seriously.
Okay. Good. I just wanted to establish some of the protocols. And from what you're saying, that it seemed as it was foolproof. Okay, so let's move on now. So you spoke about, you heard about the outbreak, you got tested, thinking that that person that tested you was possibly someone from the Ministry of Health. Do they have like a COVID representative at the hotel, like a branch or
We
committee,
do have
internal
we do
committee there?
have health and safety manager.
Okay, and that's there. That's resident on the complex.
I'm not sure about if they live on the compound, but they're always there.
Okay, great, great, great. No problem, no problem. All right. So you took that test. You took that test,
Right.
and talk to us now what happened afterwards.
Right. The Sunday morning, like roughly around, I think it's 11, after 11 there, right? I would have received a call from work indicating that they would have gotten information that my test came back as positive. So what they advise is that I stay home stay quarantined for the 14 days. The family in my house have them stay home too. Will be contacted by someone in the ministry for further information and so on. So I thanked them and I stood home.
Right.
Right.
Now go ahead.
So, all right. So between Sunday to Tuesday, I haven't heard anything from anyone. Ministry had not contacted me. I haven't gotten anyone calling and say, well, we understand that we have to come to you, but we're a bit busy. I would have preferred that though. But no one called, no one checked up. I have a sister who's going to college right now and she has her exams and she was unable to get through with her lecturer on having her exams rescheduled.
Right.
And I'm thinking about all of that. And the Sunday when I called my family now and message everyone saying, well, this is what happened. I've been tested positive. My mom took it the hardest. Like as soon as it came out of my mouth, she started crying, and then after a little while after, I heard her pressure went up, and she went to the hospital.
What was your
And
initial reaction? What was your initial reaction when they told you that? Like
shocked. I was shocked. I was scared because I have asthma. I am asthmatic. So I'm thinking, well, okay, this thing got me now, so my asthma is going to raise. It's going to get much worse.
right.
I started thinking about everything.
Right.
Life, everything, like what's going to happen next. How sick am I going to get? I've been hearing stories about online where people lose their sense of smell. Their bodies are in the same after. And I tried my best to keep calm. Don't stress myself out because I know that stress is one of the main ways to make something happen faster or make it even worse.
Yeah. But when in the back of your head, when you're thinking, well, how the hell could I catch this? I followed all the protocols. Like I didn't come in contact with anyone there. Did it? Did you like started to narrow down? All
Who I might have gotten it
who,
from?
who you might have gotten it from? How you really got it?
Well, in my thing, I was like, you know what? The restaurant that I'm currently based in is the Uptown restaurant, which is currently the staff restaurant.
Right.
So staff comes and go to eat. So serving the food. I'm also in. So in addition to cooking, we actually serve also.
Okay, I see.
So in my head, I'm like, you know what? You cannot trace one single person because you're in a contact with almost everybody.
Yeah.
For that day, you have some form of interaction with them. So there wasn't any one person that I can narrow it down to.
Right. I want to also have an understanding, guys. You're watching Right Along Live. This is an employee at the restaurant giving us his analysis in depth, point by point, reaction, and what happened after the outbreak. All right, bear with us,
All
guys.
right.
Listen very closely. Now, after you finish your shift at say whatever time that is, right? How do you get home?
Well, I finish at 7 p.m. where we have a staff bus that takes us to Sugar Mill roundabout, and then after we get our granddad's bus to go home.
So you get you so okay. So you get on public transportation, What about your clothes that you wear? What about the things that you wore at the hotel?
Mhm.
How do you take care of that?
Part of the new policies that we don't wear anything that is related to work on the outside. So we come in our casual clothes or dress work clothes, like dress for work. And once we reach into work, then we actually change into our working clothes. At the end of the shift, we change out of that clothes that is bagged, put in
Right.
our bags, and we put on our regular clothes to head back home. Depending on the department that you're in, you may be required to actually shower before you actually leave property.
Okay. Okay. So precautions again from what you observed, precaution was taken from you leaving the restaurant before you went home.
Correct.
Let's talk about getting on that bus. Were there any arrangement prior that you know of that told you that there would be the your employer would have been responsible to transport you home? Were there any arrangement like that at any point?
If you work late, then of course they would be responsible for getting you directly home. If your shift finish early, then there is a public transportation available, so they will arrange for you to get dropped off at the nearest bus point, which is at Sugar Mill.
Right. Okay. So you got on the bus, Grandan's bus. You took the bus home. I'm not. Really know need to know exactly where you get off or where you live, but you got on the bus. So that would have been a point of contact again. You would have contacted or have contact with people that was on the bus. You got home. Your family. Oh, did you remember if you had greet your mother or if you at any point had come in close proximity to her? That if you
No, no,
did.
no, because she's no longer on the island.
Okay, she's no longer on the
She's not
island.
on the island.
Right, right.
But on that
During the
day,
time,
on
at that time, yeah.
why? But on
During that,
that day when I came home, yeah,
right. Okay.
that evening when I came home, I said, well, you know what? Something has to be wrong because we did a test today. So I avoided all contact at that point when I got home.
Okay.
Take off clothes on the outside, leave my bag outside, head straight into the shower, scrubbed off, and locked myself in my room. And I've been in my room for the past 4 days.
Okay. Wow. That is tough. How many people do you think you would have come in contact with on average?
Well, if I were to count bus that night when can give an exact count.
Four,
Uh,
five.
can give an exact count.
Okay. Average, like four, five, two, three, one, two,
Uh, well, personal contact would have been two,
two. Okay. All
right?
right. All right. So you under that suspicion now that you got tested and you tell us about. Did you tell us about the point in time where you were said to they had communicated your positive result as yet?
No, not as yet.
Okay, so go ahead. So you got a test. How did who contacted you and told you that you had a positive result?
Right. So Sunday morning, around after 11, I believe I said that. I were contacted by one of the managers under the resort, indicating that they would have been notified that my results came back in positive, and that's when she advised me to stay home for the 14 days. Someone is going to be in contact with me. The family that's in the house have them stay home also,
Hmm.
and right. So at that point in time, that's when I started to call family, friends, and so on. I am letting them know what is going on.
Right, right, and that by itself, I could understand. All right, and that person that contacted you, was it someone um, again from staff or was it someone from the Ministry of Health? Do
Would have
you
been staff.
somebody from the staff? Do you
Right.
know the person? Is that someone that is regularly in contact, or is has the job description to communicate with employees in cases of like those? Like, I mean, in any case, is that a someone that would normally contact you?
Um, no, no, not really. However, I was not sure on what was going on at the resort. Probably the person that's supposed to contact me didn't get a chance to, and they were trying to get help in order to reach out so much. I am persons, but the person who contacted me is not someone who regularly contacts me, or I'm not sure if they're actually authorized for that kind of stuff. But they did reach out to me
No,
to let
again,
me
hold
know
on.
what was going on.
Your headphone, my headphone just went off a little bit there. What about the authorization? Say that piece again. I didn't hear that piece.
Right, yes, I said I'm not sure if they were authorized, or if there's any authorization involved in giving out the information.
It was a random person,
No, it wasn't a random person. It wasn't a random person. It was a manager.
manager.
Right.
Why would she? Why would that person not be authorized?
Well, if they're given information, well, I guess they were authorized.
Right, right. All right. So, guys, I don't want to bring that person in here because we have a Joel who is waiting on um on standby there. I'm going to bring him in very shortly. Let's go straight into the next part of this. So you have been given this possibly the worst sort of information that you could be given at any
Yeah,
point in time. You diagnosed. You didn't feel anything. You didn't feel shortness of breath. You felt fine.
I felt healthy, perfect. No headaches, no temperature, no nothing.
Right.
And well, when I got the results, I started to do my own personal contact tracing. I was like, you know what, I can't go and wait until the ministry comes. Then I have to start to do the contact tracing. Let me see if I can get into anybody that I would have been in contact with for the past week.
Right.
And I started calling, messaging people that I would have met, friends, family, saying, "Hey, you should go get tested because I got my result and it came back as positive, and I think you should go get tested because I'm not sure what's going on."
Okay. All right. So, how many days later, after this episode, did you actually got your second call?
Well, I tried calling between Monday to Wednesday. I've been trying to call numbers. I've been the hotline numbers which was provided. Tried to call those, wasn't getting through. The numbers were always busy. I
Hmm.
wanted to know what was going on. Who's going to come to my house? What's going on? When am I going to be checked up on?
Right.
I have family at home, and one of the persons who I had the contact with said that they would have been attested by a nurse, and they have a contact for her. So they passed on the information to me, and I got in a contact with that nurse. And she told me that she's gonna check up on it. That was on Wednesday.
Right.
She's gonna check into it for me just to ensure that if everything is as I said, because she's not sure why I wasn't contacted, why no one never came or anything. So at that point, roughly around 22 or 30 minutes after, should have gotten back to me. And she explained that my results were wrong, that my actual result is actually negative. And she proceeded to explain to me what had happened or the process in which it was done, which would have led up to that. So what she would have explained to me is that the test was done in what you call pools, more
Mm.
than one being tested at once. And apparently there would have been 2 or 3 positives within that pool.
Hmm.
So at the time of taking the results, my name would have been marked as positive.
In a
So
pool.
when she
Go ahead. Go ahead.
right, so when they were went and rechecked, because she went and checked, it turned out that I was actually a negative, and she went ahead to apologize. She said on behalf of the ministry that she's really sorry for that mix-up.
Yeah. I want to play back some audio for you, right? And tell me if this
Sure.
sounds a little bit familiar to what you would have heard.
Calling from the Ministry of Health concerning your COVID-19 results. Am I speaking? Okay, all right. Okay, so can you just confirm your date of birth for me, please? And your address is okay. No, I'm calling you to let you know, right? I know earlier on, I'm sure somebody would have contacted you that your result was in a pool of positive, but your test result came back negative, right? So you were in a group with someone that tested positive. Negative, right? I just wanted to clarify that. Additionally, I want to let you know, right? We're going to be retesting you on the 23rd. So until then, remain in quarantine. Okay. Do you have any?
I know that's not you, that's someone else. But does that sound familiar to what you heard from the call?
No, not even close. Because at initially, no, she just they called me back to tell me, well, okay, she would have checked. This is what happened. This is how they done the test, and I would have been placed on the positive. However, my actual individual result is negative, and she went along and then after apologized for that. After I ended that call with her, a few minutes after, like 10 minutes or less after, I received a call from the ministry themselves. And the call went something like this. She said, hello, good afternoon, Kelon Maximi. I said, yes. This is, I forgot who she said from the ministry. And she said, I said, well, okay, well, I've spoken to someone already and they would have given me my result. She said, okay, yes, the result came back as negative. And she said, did they tell you when you have to get retested? And I told her, yes, 23rd. She said, okay, she asked me if there's any questions I would like to ask her. I told her no. And she said, well, okay. And that was it.
Let me ask you a question. The person that contacted you that second time, were you familiar with that voice? Was it the same person that contacted you initially, the first call?
No.
It wasn't the same person. Did the person identify themselves as a staff, or did that person identify themselves as the Ministry of Health?
They said they're calling from the ministry.
Was there anything majorly different in the first call and the second call?
No, because the first call would have been initiated by myself.
Right.
After the first call, the second call. Yeah, so the second call would have been like they follow up, but I cut her off halfway and told her that I've been notified on my result already.
Right. Got you. I want to bring in a very good friend of mine. He has been sitting in the back listening. His name is Mr. Joel Greenidge. He works very closely with us on the ride. Joel, welcome to the ride, sir. I know you was in the back listening. Joel, what's your take on understanding as to all this that is transpiring right now? We can't hear you, Joel. I don't know why.
You hear me better now?
I'm hearing you better now. Go ahead, Joel. Yeah, I'm hearing you better now.
First of all, I just want to extend my solidarity and emotional support to all the staff of the Sandals Grenada Resort and to all the Grenadians who have thus far been impacted by this whole COVID outbreak in Grenada at such an unfortunate time. I mean, it's Christmas, is a time that we all should be very jolly and happy. But to face this current outbreak, I know it's a very fearful moment for many persons. And just listening to this young man express his whole pain and the stress that he actually endured during that period, it's really unfortunate. And having read Sandals' response to some of the claims made by the Ministry of Health and, well, most of the minister and the CMO. It only leaves me in a very positive position, as I think it will leave many Grenadians, as to what is the whole true nature of this whole situation. The fact is, I mean, I have a few clients well in Sandals. And when I heard about the incident, I reached out to each one of them via WhatsApp to make sure that they were all safe and doing well. And they all responded, though they were a deep sense of panic. I also had a few of them who were given initial positive tests, when later was told that they're negative. And I think, I mean, one person told me when he was told that he was positive, the fact that he would have interacted with his family and friends within that 2 days period, was even a greater fear for him that he could have possibly infected his family. So it's really an unfortunate situation. And after really listening to all sides, I was able to come to my own conclusion that there could have been a lapse in the system, or that the government would have actually put in place. And I think that situation could have really got under control, and the fact that all parties could have been focusing now on really containing this virus. But I think the fact that the government has not been able to come straight and has been pointing fingers at Sandals as the origination of the spread of the disease in the early stage, without doing any detailed research or doing their contact tracing and really doing their findings.
Well, no is what they call the blame game, because based on
exactly that blame game.
This one is pointing this one pointing the other one. But I also want to before we go on, Joel, I want to find out from the chef here. Chef, did you or anyone at Sandals sign anything as an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, something that would prevent you from speaking out or speaking at all about your experience? Because I'm hearing people saying, well, this is not something that you should be doing, talking about it. Were you given any kind of gag orders not to speak on this topic?
No.
Did any member of staff, did employers, did your management or anyone told you that you can't speak to media about your experience? Okay, so I just wanted to make it clear, because I'm seeing a bunch of people there are accusing us of trying to get you fired, and that is not the case at all. This is you sharing your experience, and you're not party to any sort of non-disclosure agreement that would prevent you from articulating your point of view. And I just wanted to make that very clear. So I just wanted to bring that out there. And Joel, to your point about the back and forth, he say, she say, this one say, that one say, I want to play a piece of news article that was posted today at the Carib Service News, Carib Update News Service. And this is the story. Check this out. The he say drama. This is it. Check it out.
On Thursday, both the government of Grenada and Sandals were either settling for written answers without the opportunity to be grilled, or in one case, outreach to selected media. With the government and Sandals not agreeing on much, and with social media declaring them joint villains, the lack of PR outreach appeared to be as bad as the management of the crisis itself. Watchers say siege is setting in on both sides, as rampant Grenadian social media shared equal blame for the damning spike that has many people in Grenada on edge. Deputy Chairman of Sandals, Adam Stewart, gave written answers from Montego Bay. Sandals manager in Grenada released a so-called open letter, with manager Peter Fraser refusing to go on camera on our invitation. In Grenada, the government made no one available to Carib Update News, saying the top officials were engaged in meetings for the entire day. Their stalling comes 24 hours after the Keith Mitchell administration threatened Carib Update with legal action for its reporting. While no one was available to us, Minister of Health Nicholas Steele made an appearance on a local entertainment-based radio station. For more than 48 hours, the government has given no official update as to the new count following this spike. The last they reported 2 days ago, it was 44. Insiders say it is now higher than that. The siege has truly set in. Displeasure is in abundant supply, and behind the scenes, fingers pointing not far away, based on our sources. The government might now be shying away from giving updates after Sandals blasted its reporting, saying the official figures are all over the place and unreliable. Stewart said, and we quote, "The numbers have moved all over the place. Some of the people they've tested have been retested, and now they say they're negative," unquote. Some people claiming to be Sandals workers took to Facebook to complain of conflicting results they have been given for their tests. Sandals itself has accused the government of not being forthcoming with information they have asked for, openly questioning the administration's analysis of the situation. On the other hand, government is reported to be grappling with supplies for tests after the massive demand of the last few days, and the overworked nurses are continuing to grumble over promised payments. As one person said on our social media pages Thursday, it is an all-round disaster with dire consequences. At WPG10's studio in Grenada, I am Wendy Chateau for the Carib Update News.
All right, so that was Wendy Chateau and the story that was posted out there earlier today. Chef, I don't want to get you a part of the politics, because this is not you here casting blame on either side. But based on your experience, do you have you looked at it and say, well, this person could, I mean, somebody could have done something more? If you had to look at it from that point of view, where do you think, or who do you think could have done more to prevent something like this from happening?
My point of view on it is that we're all human beings. Mistake would have to be made.
Right.
I understand that, even though this mistake is something that carries weight with it. I understand mistakes are also going to be made. The only thing that is upsetting us, really upsetting about, is that they would say it's fake. That is what really got it for me. Because being one of the persons who were told you're positive at first, and now coming back and telling me that negative, and then it's going to be posted that it's fake, really got it to me. And my whole view on it is that own up to the mistake. We're all human beings. We say a mistake happened, say that we're sorry. This is what happened, and we're fixing it. We don't have to. I am to be going through all of this argument and who is right and who is wrong.
Yeah. And when you saw what people were saying, people went as far as say that your story, or this is not real. People went as far as to invalidate the stories of all these people. When you saw that, what you felt? How you felt about it?
At first, like, you know what? They don't know what this is speaking about. They're not the ones in it. They're not the ones that actually feeling the whole pressure of being told one thing and it's not actually what I want to say. They're not the ones that are home waiting for information and no one is contacting them. So to me, ignorance would be bliss. So hopefully as they learn more, their point of view is going to change.
Yeah. It was, to me, it was upsetting, and I thought that the way how people came out and tried to invalidate and falsify, attempt to falsify your stories, you and others was just basically sharing your experience, and you have a right to do so. You are a part of something that you never asked to be a part of. You were a part of something that happened, and you happen to be involved, and you happen to be sharing your experience, and it's factual stuff. It actually happened, and we applaud you for that. Joel, come in here at any point.
Yeah, and you see, the fact is, I mean, I really applaud Chef for really having the courage to really speak out. Sometimes, many times, you know, a lot of people are faced with these level of injustice or placed in positions by the powers of be, and sometimes the hush hush. We many people, I would say, I always put it that way, you know, will die in silence. You know, the policies and sometimes the decisions of governments. I'm not just talking about our current government, but governments sometimes really impact us in very adverse manner. And when we have an opportunity to really speak out and to really talk about the issue, so not just to bash the government or to bash their policies, but saying, hey, I have been affected by this. My families have been affected by this. Many Grenadians have been affected by this. I want it to be fixed. It's not necessary here to persecute the government or to persecute anyone in the Ministry of Health or anyone in that sense. It's just saying that there's a lapse in the system, and I am here to talk about my experience because I don't want any other Grenadian to go through what I have gone through.
Yes.
I know what it feels like. That 4 days of just feeling like I'm ostracized from society, like I'm a prisoner in my own country. I didn't ask to be in this position. I came to work today to work as normal, and I was told I need to isolate in a room without any clear indication as to what the situation was. So there was a breakdown in communication. I mean, if some of the staff did not have a good heart and they fell down with heart attack, because I listened to some of the stories. I mean, Chef was strong and tough and courageous to deal with it. But some of us who are on this life now, had we been in that position, our reaction would not have been like how Chef is calm right now. We would have been angry. We would have been upset.
Yes.
The fact that he's calm in this situation right now, we should applaud him for this. And we should applaud him for having the courage to talk about his experience so that we can find some sort of comfort in his own experience, and so that we can call on our policymakers to make some adjustments to the current systems or the current regulations that they have in place, so that these sort of situations will not happen in the future. And that is what he's doing. And I really applaud you for doing that, my brother.
Yeah, and again, this is not a conversation to bash anyone. And I'm hopeful, instead of the pointing fingers and this one saying is this one and this one, this is not solving the problem. At this point, Chef and Joel, we're yet to find out where this actually came from. It seems like this COVID outbreak came from the sky and dropped.
But Junior, I just want to make one point, right? I think the government and was very premature in pointing fingers without any detailed contact tracing and finding. I think that is where the problem came about. And you being a company who have invested years in your brand, and you know what it means when your brand is hurt. It means that all the 20 years of Sanders investing in the Caribbean and what they have done for the Caribbean could be hurt overnight by this by inaccurate information that will show that they was not doing what was required under the law. Basically, what the government came out and say is that Sanders could possibly have violated the law, broke the law. And you as a customer of Sanders, you would not want to do business with any entity that has been known to break the law. So Sanders, as any company, will come to the defense. But also, when you listen to the stories of the people who are involved, the workers, the people who are being a victim of this whole situation, you get in a twist. There's a twist to the whole story. And when you speak to the workers, they are very consistent in what they're saying. And what I understand from engaging people, I understand Sanders was to receive some award from the GTA. I don't know how true it is for the whole protocol and the whole cleanliness and all the work that they would have done to uphold a standard, right? They was to receive some award. I don't know how true it is, but if it is true, you would award a company for adhering to the protocols and the standards that have been established, not just by the local health authorities, but also international health authorities.
Yeah,
you know, they were applauded for that. So it means that they were doing what was actually stated out in whatever the requirements are. Whatever the standards was, how the standard was set for them, and they would have actually in some cases went beyond based on what I understand. So I think had the communication stream been different, saying, "Look, this is the situation, what it is. We have no details about it. We are still in the doing all the necessary ground. But what we need to do right now is to show support to the family, to all the people who are infected, to pray for those people, to pray for our country, and let us all put all hands on deck to resolve this issue." I think had the minister came with that sort of approach, first apologize to the families, to the workers, to all who are affected. I mean, even to the frontline workers, they didn't ask to be in the situation. The frontline workers, and at this time, I really want to recognize and commend the frontline workers who are now working night and day. Doing all the contact tracing, all the testing, putting their life at risk, their family at risk. I really want to applaud them at this time. It's an unfortunate situation that has spiraled out of control, and I think the best thing the government can do right now is to come out, apologize. There's back and forth between the Sandals and government. We need to find a common ground so that we can move forward from there and to contain this virus and to ensure that whatever new protocol that is put in place, there can be some balance between the economic aspect of our economy and still protecting lives. Because I think the fact that the government was rushed to open back the borders, it was basically trying to secure the livelihood. But in the same time, you jeopardize the lives of our people. So how do you strike that balance? So I think the government, when our country does well, we applaud the government. The government beat themselves on the chest. They take all the credit.
Yeah.
I think when things go wrong, they must also take the blues and they must accept responsibility because the buck stops with them. Absolutely. And they must accept responsibility for how this thing would have turned out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And my friend here, I know you're strong now, and you have gone through psychological strenuous few days when between the time frame that you were told that you had COVID. In fact, Joel, he was saying that his mom was admitted to the hospital when she found out. So I could
imagine
a traumatizing experience.
I could imagine.
Chef, listen, all I have to say, I think that your sentiments here speaking to us, and I know that you're also on other platforms simultaneously. I see that other platforms is broadcasting your interview. So I guess you are the syndicated chef today.
No, all I just want to do is just to make sure that I give my my piece of it. I just want to let my truth out.
Right.
Because I don't want to sit here and be hearing stuff and I'm not putting in my 2 cents at the end of the day. If I don't say anything, then who am I to be commenting and saying anything I'm after?
Right. I honestly think that you're doing a good job. You came out, the fact that you came out, because we tried to get a lot of people on the record, although we have a lot of correspondence from workers at Sandals. They were very apprehensive to speak on the record because for one reason or the other, they just didn't want to come out. But you actually did to talk about what happened and to verify that this information, this story is factual. The story is true. It actually happened. And there are many people out there that it happened to. And the question is, does that in any way change the numbers? Because I haven't heard if the 10 or 5 or 8 people who were given positive result now given negative result, if that would drop the total number of active cases, or if I don't know where that stands. Joel, did you hear anything about where the numbers are as of today?
I haven't heard anything relating to the numbers. I mean, the fact that some persons was given initial positive and then they were given negative thereafter, and the fact that the numbers did not decrease, I don't know what is happening right now, honestly.
I don't know. And to give the Ministry of Health, they're saying that they did not or were not involved in giving the initial positive tests. So the ministry is clearing themselves, saying that they were not the ones that gave the initial positive test. They are saying, however, they were the ones who gave the call to verify the negative test. That's the ministry's
You
point
see,
of
and that's where the problem lies right now, Junior. That's where the problem lies. You know, the problem lies that everyone is trying to relieve themselves of the responsibility. You
yeah.
know, to accept that we messed up, and we can understand. I mean, the fact is, Junior, as we stated, we are new to pandemic, right? We are new to pandemic, and it is true that we may not always get it right? There may be lapse in the whole system, right? But we all working to a common objective to defeat this invisible enemy called COVID and to bring our
Right.
country back to a level of safety so we can rebuild our economy. Because the rebuilding our economy will be a major challenge also to come.
That's
But the
true.
fact that this government has not been accepting responsibility, has not been really engaging the people, right? And even taking feedback from the people. It's like this iron fist approach, this approach where we have all the answers. Even when they are doing certain things that the public is very concerned about and say, hey, this is a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. You need to revisit this.
Mhm.
They did not unclench their fists and say, okay, let's look at this. No, it was just, this is our way. We are doing it this way. And then no, everything exploded right now. It was a waiting to be exploded. It was a ticking time bomb. Right?
Yeah.
This is
Let me.
where we are right now. And the fact is, the government must come out, accept responsibility, stop dodging the responsibility. That's what leaders does. Leaders show up and say, hey, we were wrong. We got it wrong. We are willing to fix it. We are willing to engage the public. We are willing to bring the best health minds to the table. And how can we move forward from there to correct, to contain this, and
Yes.
also to ensure that it does not happen so we can get back to that place where we are COVID free. New Zealand just declared today that they are now COVID free.
Yeah.
And I believe we can get there. But it will not happen based on the mode of operandi of this current government. It will not happen. It's not about you. It is about us. It's about all of us working together to sort of resolve this issue. And I really feel it for the frontline workers. I really feel it for the nurses, the doctors, the police officers, the orderlies, the you know, just name it. All these people who are there, even the people who are working in the labs, you know, even the people who are doing the contact tracing. I feel it for them.
Yes.
And I really empathize with them. I know their families under extreme stress, knowing that their families or their family members over there putting themselves in harm's way, trying to protect lives and to protect our secure country. So I think the best that the government can do is really to come out and apologize, to accept responsibility, but let us and then focus on how we can move forward from where we are right now, to get back
Point.
to that place
Yeah.
of normalcy. The fact is, there are a lot of people. The longer this drags on, is the more people that will find themselves in deep economic situations. I mean, for the
Yeah.
last, I have engaged a lot of people in the hospitality industry, a lot of the people in the entertainment industry. Some of them are on their last straw, literally. I mean, it was a breath of fresh hope for the persons in the hotel industry that the flights started coming back in and some of them got back to work, and it was it was that sort of silent relief. But this is where you found yourself now. Sanders have announced that they will be closed for the next few months. Just think about the amount of workers who will be going back home. No one knows what the new government policies are going to be, whether it be favorable to the tourism industry. So if based on the new regulations or the new protocols, Sanders may decide, hey, it's not favorable to us. We are closed until the pandemic, until Grenada gets back to that place where we can operate to normalcy. So just think about the economic impact it will have.
Yeah.
Think about the current situation with even not Sanders, but SU. Based on this current situation, I don't foresee SU might even open in 2021. So just think about the economic impact. The longer this thing drags on, the longer the government fails to accept responsibility and try to contain this thing and put all hands on deck, unify our country. This is a time when we need unity. This is a time when we need to come together because no one wins in a pandemic. No one wins.
Well,
you understand? But what would win in this pandemic is leadership, right? Leadership. And that is what we are not receiving during this pandemic. The leadership. There's a huge flaw in the leadership approach to this whole situation, and that is where the breakdown is. That's why they're not buy-in from the entire population.
True. Listen, Joel, thank you so much, Chef. Any last closing words before we wrap up?
No.
You're good. All right, Chef. Thanks again for coming and chatting with us. Thank you for the story, this real story about the false positive. Again, we broke this story yesterday, and it was all over the place. People was very upset. People tried to falsify the story, and some of the same people who tried to falsify the story are now accepting the story and airing the story, and have not yet apologized for initially falsifying the story in the first place. But that's neither here nor there. But thank you so much, Chef, and we're gonna keep in touch with you. And I hope your mom is doing much better.
Yeah, much better.
And your whole family now that you are out of the woods. Oh, you have a test. You have a test to take soon. Another test. When is that test? The 23rd. You have to be retested on the 23rd. Chef, thanks again. We're gonna keep in touch and hear what the 23rd looks like. But I know you're going in there not as scared probably as previously. So Chef, we're gonna keep in touch. All right. Thank you so much for chatting with us right here on the line. All right, guys. Let's take a quick break. And when we come back, I got something for you guys. Me and Joe are going to announce something, but I got something for you guys. Remember that we were telling you that we were giving away the Rider's headphones. So when I come back, I'm going to give you guys a keyword for today. Don't go nowhere. You're watching Ridealong Live. We will be right back with that keyword for the day. Don't move.
Are you thinking of a Grenadian Christmas but unable to travel? Well, we've got the next best thing to being home for Christmas with the My Grenada box, specially packaged with lots of Grenadian goodies to help remind you of the taste of home. Having a My Grenada box is easy as 1, 2, 3. Visit our website at mygrenadabox.com. Click to make your purchase and voila! In just a few days, it's at your doorstep. My Grenada Box, a taste of Grenadian goodness.
I spend my life away, but this is where I wanna be. My little piece of the ocean is all I need. If it was up to me, I'll never leave.
All right. So today, Joel, I'm happy that I have you here so we could talk very briefly on what we did today. I'm very happy about it. I'm very, very happy about it. Let me bring down my music a bit. Guys, remember a few weeks ago, we had promoted a shopping spree where our intention was to give these funds or monies or abilities to folks to go out there and shop for food, and we'll cover the bill. Now, I just want to say that that was accomplished today. Joel, who is our contact person in Grenada, made it happen. We gave hand over the first set of cash to our first person. Joel, tell us about that.
Yeah, basically today, I was really happy to hand over the prize to the recipient of Ridealong shopping spree. What was really amazing is that I just felt that of the persons who took part in the shopping spree, there's so many people out there who were in dire need. And just to see the excitement in the eyes of the recipients of that award. Matter of fact, when I contacted some of those persons and said, hey, you were the winner of Ridealong Shopping Spree. I mean, some of these people couldn't even believe it. They thought it was like a prank or some scam, you know. They just couldn't believe that they were actually the winner, you know. And just being able to put a smile on these individual faces, and I mean the great enthusiasm and the excitement, just knowing that, you know, Christmas can be special for those individuals, that they can put food on the table and really make Christmas happy for their kids. And, you know, just being able to bless those people in such a special way at such a very difficult and unprecedented time. You know, I think Ridealong should definitely be proud, you know, Junior and the team for really making this happen. And today I was talking to Junior when I you know, see what's happening and receiving so many messages via Facebook of persons who say, hey, if you know anyone who is giving out a hamper, you know, don't forget to put my name, you know, this is my situation. And just thinking about the many Grenadians that are hurting at this moment, I was saying, Junior, you know, if we can actually pull something together and establish a food bank and, you know, really be able to ensure that some families, especially with this COVID outbreak right now, some people have not worked for a very long time. I was hoping that, you know, December it's an opportunity to really recover, you know, and to make some monies. But due to this whole COVID situation right now, and the fact that, you know, most of the businesses are allowed to close 10 p.m. You know, I don't know what I mean. I know a lot of the people in the entertainment industry was hoping to put off some events for Christmas, and now those permissions are now taken away from them.
And that is a sad reality.
It can be a very gloomy Christmas for so many Grenadians.
And I'm happy, as you said, today we hand over this cash to our first winner. Tomorrow, so we're going to hand over the second set of cash to a second winners. They could go out and shop and buy stuff, anything they want, but no alcohol and no tobacco. And my hope, Joel, is that I could do another one of these even before Christmas, or at least definitely before the new year. I think that there's a lot of people. I get calls constantly from people who are in very dire situation, and we want to help. We always, that's what we preach, in helping, assisting people in any way possible. So I'm trying to put some things together so we could possibly do another $1,000 or $2,000 shopping spree and spread that out to 5, 6, 7, 8 families within the next couple of days. I'm pulling resources together, and we're trying to make it happen. But I think that it's very doable. And we sleep good at night knowing that people are not going to bed hungry, and it's a good move. So Joel, thank you so much for partnering with us and making that happen. And I know you have another one to do tomorrow. Thank you so much, Joel, for assisting us in getting those funds out to this needy, to the people who needs it most. All right.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, my brother.
All the best, man.
Guys, all right, all the best. Guys, this is the time now. I want to give away to someone, a viewer, a Rider's headphones. All right? Right. So what is the Rider's headphone? Let me tell you guys. So we just launched our, we ain't even officially launched it yet, you know, because it's not officially out on the market yet. It's not officially out on the market yet. So the Rider's headphones, these are the Rider's headphones, right? See, Rider sounds, right? There's a red one that I have on. It's a Bluetooth headphones, and we also have the earbuds as well. So we're gonna give away one. Those are the Rider's earbuds. So it comes in this caddy right here. This is actually a Bluetooth portable speaker as well, and the earbuds are actually inside. Those are the earbuds, right? Those are the earbuds. It's all Bluetooth, all touch, water resistance. It's the bomb. It's the bomb. And it also comes with the power charger right here, so you could charge up your phone or charge up your devices right here. So those are the Rider's earbuds. It's really cool. So we're gonna be giving away any one of your choice, whether it's the black Rider, so you could be listening to Ridealong, connect Bluetooth to your phone, or it's also wired, so you could also connect the wire, or you could pull the wire out and it's Bluetooth, right? Your phone could be upstairs and you downstairs and you're hearing it, and it also interacts. You press the rider up, volume goes down, stop, all of this stuff. It's very exciting. I love it. So we're going to give away the keyword for today. Remember, you got to put all the keywords together, right? Yesterday we gave a keyword. Tuesday we gave a keyword. Today we're going to give another keyword. Let me tell you the keyword for today. Let me get a keyword, guys. Let me get a keyword for today. All right, the keyword for today is on. On. The keyword for today is on. O-N. The keyword for today is on. Okay? So you have to put tomorrow. We're giving away these headphones. You have to put the keywords from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And you win tomorrow. First person to do that wins. Yeah, as easy as that. As easy as that. You win. That's it. All right, just so you win. So the keyword for today is on. O-N. O-N, on. All right. If you want to find out what the keyword was yesterday, guess what? You got to watch the program yesterday. You got to watch the program Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Find out what the keywords are. We got to thank our sponsors making it all possible here on the ride. MyGrenadaBox.com. That's MyGrenadaBox.com. Pure Grenadian goodness. Check out the MyGrenadaBox.com. Spices, chocolate, condiments, sweet treats, and a whole lot more. Ideal for gift for your own and give one to a friend. Check them out online right now at MyGrenadaBox.com. That's MyGrenadaBox.com. It's available here in the US. So what you do, you call or you check them out online, order online, and just in a few days, the My Grenada box will come into your inbox, into your mailbox, straight at home. All right, the MyGrenadaBox.com. Check them out right now.
This time, son, I'm a survivor.
Remember I was telling you about the Rider's headphone? Yeah, those are the Rider's headphone. The Rider's headphone, when you order online, guys, at ridersong.com, if you want to get it for Christmas, it also comes with a Rider's mask. All right, it also comes with a Rider's mask. So we want you to wear your mask and be safe. Wear your mask and be safe. If you want to order right now, if you can't wait to win and you want to order right now, check out riderssounds.com. That's riderssounds.com. RYDERS sounds.com. Check it out right now. Yeah, that's the Rider's Song mask, all right? So everybody gets one. Once you order online right now, it comes in the package. Rider's mask. Get it right now. I have to drop one off for the one off for my neighbor. Yeah, Mavis Joseph, my neighbor. I gotta drop one off for Mavis Joseph, right? Mavis, I'm gonna come knock on your door. I promise you I'm gonna come before Friday, okay? I'll check you out before Friday. Mavis. All right. What else? I gotta big up also the Waggity Super Sunday Waggity Virtual Bingo. US $25,000. That's US $25,000. Get your ticket right now at gotofed.com. That's gotofed.com. That's on Sunday, December the 20th. Waggity Super Sunday. That's virtual bingo. Gotta check it out right now. And also, guys, professional video production and streaming, you gotta check out Ridealong family. If you're having a wedding, a virtual wedding, because you can't have no big group of people anymore. Everything is done in small quarters. So virtual event, live streaming, and a whole lot more, funerals, and anything video produced, professionally produced. You got to call 718-701-5720 or inbox us for more information. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of our Ridealong family. We appreciate you. If you have not yet support the page, please go ahead and follow the page so whenever we go live, you get notification. Okay? Have a blessed night, all. L.A. Phillip, thank you so much. Tomorrow is Ride Trivia at 6 p.m. sharp. No drama on a Friday. Promise you, no drama on a Friday. Tomorrow at 6 p.m. we are live on Ride Trivia. And tomorrow, that's when we're going to be giving out the headphones tomorrow, right? On Ride Trivia, you got to watch. Starts at 6 p.m. sharp. All right? Peace out, guys. Veronica, Joan, Duncan, Kibby, how you doing, kids? Mavis, L.A. Phillips, Samantha Dixon, and everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I've been a part of our production. Remember, check out Rider Sound online. That's ridersounds.com. Get the new Riders Bluetooth headphones. It is simply amazing. Peace out, guys. Catch me tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Nobody can hold me, man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can control me. Sick. I will not allow negativity. Nobody can hold me, man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can. Yo, just show me some strength. No weakness. Show me a lion come. Strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. Strength. No weakness. Show me a lion come. Everybody strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. That when you roll, your enemies they must tremble. Your enemies they must tremble. Yo, and when you roll, everything has to humble. Everything has to humble. Right now, you have tougher and steel. On this battlefield, you have tougher and steel. Shoulders to the wheel, you have tougher and steel. On this battlefield, you have tougher and steel. Yo. Just show me some strength. No weakness, show me a lion come. Strength. No weakness, show them who we are. Strength. No weakness, show me a lion come. Everybody strength.
You're constantly thinking of food, but sometimes you just don't want to cook or want something a little different. That's when you call Tasties, preparing meals that you really love. Tasties, our mouth-watering food, would have you coming back every day. But hold on, we only prepare meals Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for now. Call early because we have a lot to serve and we would love to serve you. Tasties, we prepare the meals you love to eat. From macaroni pie to baked chicken, provision dumpling and saltfish, stew chicken, curry chicken, baked chicken, rice and peas, salads, and more. Please call for daily menu. Call 425-0624 or 403-0411. You can pick up your meals from us or we deliver to you. Tasties, food that's delicious.
Hey, I got some good news for you. Looking for a passionate immigration lawyer with experience that spans over 2 decades? Someone trusted that served immigrant families just like yours? Well, look no more. Now you can benefit from her personal and professional experience. Diane Winter Funde. Schedule a consultation now and get assistance with your immigration journey. Specialize in adjustment of status, B1 business visa, B2 visitors visa, consular processing, deportation defense, naturalization, and more. Give us a call today at 813-815-3529. That's 813-815-3529 or online at winterimmigration.com. Attorney Diane Winter Funde, law done differently.